we will discuss how to find inverse Laplace transform by using the convolution theorem. What is the convolution theorem? The statement of convolution theorem is L inverse of f of s is f of t and L inverse of g of s is g of t. Then L inverse of f of s into g of s is the convolution product of f of t and g of t, where star is called convolution product, that is L inverse of f of s star L inverse of g of s, where L inverse of f of s g of s, that is the convolution product, is integral 0 to t f of u g of t minus u du. So you need to remember this formula, that is only the statement of convolution theorem. Now I just want to tell you the working rule on finding inverse Laplace transform by using convolution theorem. Determine inverse Laplace transform of s by s square plus a square whole square. Now it is compare with L inverse of f of s into g of s, that is the given function can be expressed as the product of two functions in terms of s. S by s square plus a square whole square can be expressed as s into s square plus a square times of 1 by s square plus a square, that is f of s into g of s. One may consider this is g of s, it may be f of s. No need to worry about how to take the functions f of s and g of s. Here f of s is identified as s by s square plus a square apart from g of s 1 by s square plus a square. L inverse of f of s, that is L inverse of s by s square plus a square. L inverse of s by s square plus a square is cosine a t. L inverse of f of s is f of t. Therefore, f of t is cosine a t. Similarly, L inverse of g of s, where g of s is 1 by s square plus a square, it is sin a t by a. L inverse of g of s is g of t. So that is why g of t became sin a t by a. We have determined the functions f of t and g of t. Now we consider L inverse of s by s square plus a square whole square. We know that the convolution theorem L inverse of f of s g of s is integral 0 to t f of u g of t minus u du. Already we have find out that f of t as cosine a t. G of t is sin a t by a. F of u, which is obtained by t, is replaced with u. G of t minus u, which is obtained by t, is replaced with t minus u. Now integral 0 to t f of u became cosine a u. G of t minus u became 1 by a sin a, t replaced with t minus u, and you have the reference variable u, so take as it is du. You need to know that 2 sin a cosine b is sin of a plus b plus sin of a minus b. Use this trigonometric relation without loss of generality. Multiply with 2 and divide with 2. It became 1 by 2a integral 0 to t 2 sin at minus au cosine au du. 1 by 2a constant integral 0 to t. It is in the form of 2 sin a cosine b, where a is at minus au, b is au. According to this formula, it can be expressed as sine of at minus au plus b is au plus sine of at minus au. Integrate this integrand with respect to u. Here negative au positive au cancelled. It became 1 by 2a integral 0 to t sin at plus sine of at minus 2au du. In the next slide, you have a inverse Laplace transform to the function s by s square plus a square whole square. 1 by 2a integral 0 to t sin at plus sine of at minus 2au du. And here integral du is u, since it is only sin at. Integral du you have. Next one is integral sine of at minus 2au du is sine whose integration is negative cosine at minus 2au whose inner function at minus 2au, and take the derivative to the inner function that can be expressed in the denominator, that is at derivative with respect to u is 0, negative 2au derivative with respect to u is negative 2a. So use them. 1 by 2a constant, sin at constant when we have integrated with respect to u. Sin at integral du became u. Integral sine of at minus 2au is already estimated, that is negative cosine at minus 2au by minus 2a, and consider the limits between 0 and t for u. 1 by 2a, wherever we have u, that u is replaced with t. The first thing, u became t sin at, negative of negative positive, 1 by 2a cosine at minus 2at, that is only cosine at. This is only upper result, minus when u is replaced with 0, the first term became 0, negative of negative is positive, that is why you have a plus. U replaced with 0, it became cosine at. The numerator you have a cosine at, the denominator you have a 2a. Simplify this thing. 1 by 2a cosine at minus 1 by 2a cosine at cancelled. You have 1 by 2a t sin at, hence which is the required inverse Laplace transform to this function s by s square plus a square by using the concept of convolution theorem. Find inverse Laplace transform to the function 1 by s square times of s square plus 1 using convolution theorem. First of all, you have to identify f of s, g of s from this function. Now it is compared with the L inverse of the product of f of s and g of s. We have to identify the functions f of s, g of s. Here f of s is considered as 1 by s square, apart from g of s is 1 by s square plus 1 square. You need to find a function in terms of t, that is f of t and g of t. You have to apply a inverse Laplace transform to the function f of s, that is L inverse of 1 by s power 1 plus 1. whose formula will be t power 1 by 1 factorial, that is only t. L inverse of f of s is only f of t. So that is why we have obtained f of t as t. Similarly, we consider inverse Laplace transform to this function g of s, that is L inverse of 1 by s square plus 1 square. We know that L inverse of a by s square plus a square sin a t. Instead of a, we have only one, that is by sin t. L inverse of g of s became g of t. Thus, we have obtained f of t as t, g of t as sin t. So, L inverse of 1 by s square times of s square plus 1. We know that the convolution theorem, L inverse of f of s, g of s is integral 0 to t. Integrand will be f of u, g of t minus u, and integrate this integrand with respect to u only. So, when t is constant, according to it, it became integral 0 to t f of u. Already we know that f of t is t. F of u became only u. G of t is sin t. G of t minus u became, wherever we have t, that t is replaced with t minus u, it would be sin of t minus u, and integrate with respect to u. Now we can apply integral by parts. According to Euler, the first function is u, and the second function is sin of t minus u. U sin integration negative cosine of t minus u by negative 1. Consider the limits between 0 and t for u, minus integral 0 to t u derivative with respect to u 1, and sin of t minus u, whose integration will be minus cosine t minus u by minus 1, and integrate with respect to u. And first of all, you have to simplify the first term. When u is replaced with t, it is t u replaced with t cosine 0 only 1. Negative 1 by negative 1 is positive 1, that is why we have seen t times of 1 minus. When u is replaced with 0, it come together 0, that is why we have written negative 0. Later, negative integral 0 to t, negative 1 into negative 1 is positive 1, that is only cosine t minus u du. After simplification, it became t minus cosine integration sin of t minus u. Here the inner function t minus u, whose inner derivative can be presented in the denominator, that is why we have seen t constant derivative 0, u derivative with respect to u became negative 1, and consider the limits between 0 and t. So t negative of negative is positive. When u is replaced with 2, sin 0, that is only 0, minus when u replaced with 0, it would be sin t. After simplification, we get t minus sin t. Hence, the required inverse Laplace transform to this function by convolution theorem is t minus sin t.